Welcome back to your class, and this is a discussion for our sexual reproduction in humans, and now we are focusing on male reproductive parts. So, when it comes to male reproductive parts, there are two main things that you should know. The first one is the testis, and the second one is the penis. So, testis and penis. So, let's talk about testis first. So, testis basically is these two, and these two testes is actually able to produce something we call as sperms, and which is the male reproductive cells. As you can see, this is the sperm structure, and this is the sperm. Okay, and this sperm is very important, and you take a very vital role in reproductive cell, in reproductive system. Now, penis is actually to allow this male reproductive cell, the sperm, to travel from the male body into the female body so that this fertilization can occur. So again, what is the meaning of fertilization? Fertilization basically means what? The fusion of male reproductive cell and the female reproductive cell. So what's happening is these two will produce sperm. Then as you can see this, right, this tube, you come and it will be come out. Okay. Now, something to take note here is when a boy reaches maturity, it will be millions of sperm that we produce. Okay? It will be millions of sperms will be produced. And sperm is actually the smallest cell in the human body. I mean, in male, okay? It's the smallest cell in the human body. Now, let's focus on the next part, which is the female reproductive parts. So, female reproductive part, you can just think of this ovaries, womb, fallopian tube, and vagina. Okay, so let's talk about vagina first. So vagina, as you can see, is the place to receive the sperm. So basically, you'll be going in here. Okay, going in here. Then you pass through something called womb, fallopian tube, and you can see these two is called the ovaries. Okay, now ovaries actually contain the egg cell, which is the female reproductive cell. Okay, as you can see this diagram. And these eggs will release into the womb, means that these eggs produced here and release into the womb when the female reaches puberty. Okay, now things to take note. A girl is born with immature eggs in her ovaries, means that the girl when born the egg is immature. The eggs will only mature when her reproductive parts, means that all these parts, reaches maturity. Okay, and egg cell is actually the largest cell in the human body. I mean, in female. Okay. So after knowing these two, the male reproductive parts and the female reproductive parts, it's important to know how this actually works together. So now we're entering a new part called the development of a baby. Okay. So I've divided into different steps. So we'll go through these steps together. So step 1, after mating, sperms enter into the vagina. Okay. So as you can see that this is the female reproductive part. So basically sperm actually enters here. Okay, and sperm enter here and it will swim towards the egg in the fallopian tube. Swim towards the egg in the fallopian tube. So here, the egg at first is produced here, right? It's around here first. And again, out of millions of sperms, only one of the sperms, in some case might be have a different number, it will fuse with the egg, but standard is egg. Standard is 1. And again, when the sperm fuse with the egg, is what? It's a male reproductive cell fused with female reproductive cell, and this is what we call fertilization. And what happened in step 2, as you can see, this is one sperm, this is the egg. And what happened is this fertilized egg will start to divide to form more cell. Okay, again, it's one egg cell. Now we form more cells. And this fertilized egg will implant itself to the wall of the womb. Can you see? This is the egg cell, right? Now, it will implant to the womb, the wall of the womb. This is womb, right? This is the wall of the womb. And it will continue to develop into an embryo and later become a fetus. So as you can see here, embryo, something that looks a bit, yeah, but that's us. Then fetus, slowly, okay? And as the fetus grow, oxygen, nutrients, and waste are exchanged through umbilical cord. Now, if you see this like line, kind of line, right? These are something called umbilical cord. Something that's very important. Why? Because our oxygen, nutrients, and waste are exchanged through this umbilical cord. Okay, according to our parents, then mom will cut. Okay, after when you're born. Then again, how many months? Standard is usually 9 months after fertilization. The fetus will grow and is born. Okay, and this is basically how a baby is formed. Okay, so again, it's very important for you to take note of this male reproductive parts, know the function of each part, the female reproductive part, know the function of each part, and also the development of a baby. Okay, and that's something that's very important. That's all for my lecture today. Thank you and see you. Bye bye.